Hello, this is Greg the Rural Economist. Been a little while since I've done a video, and for those of you who like my wild edibles videos, don't be afraid. They're going to be coming back real soon. But I've decided that I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to start a video series called A Seed for Thought. Now, a seed is designed to become more than what it originally was. It's designed to no longer be recognizable as a seed. It puts down roots, it grows, and becomes something greater than it is. And that's what I hope Seeds for Thought, or A Seed for Thought, becomes. For my first video, though, I'm going to talk about freedom. Ooh, freedom, yes. Okay? And I'm going to pick on two different freedoms that are opposed by a lot of people, and they're going to be on opposite sides of the spectrum, so you'll kind of understand where I'm coming from. First one I'm going to talk about is the right to bear arms. Okay, not to have bear arms, but to bear arms, firearms. Okay, I'm of the opinion that in the United States the Constitution doesn't give us that right, it just protects that right. Okay, I should have the right to own any firearm that I choose, to protect my family, to protect my friends, my neighborhood, and if necessary, even my country. But I should also have the right to own a firearm to be able to hunt and do whatever to provide for my family. So there's multiple components to that. Now, I believe I should have the right to conceal carry pretty much anywhere. I don't think that it's right that states, municipalities, and in some cases the federal government's trying to infringe upon that right. That's just wrong. Now, if you're on currently the left side of the equation, you're mad. Right now you're mad. You think that I'm this craven lunatic that just wants to shoot everybody. Here's the thing. Is there a section of the population that's probably like that? Yeah, probably. But they're going to kill people whether they have a firearm or whether they have to use a baseball bat. Dear Lord, at the traffic. I mean, if you scan the news really closely, there's stabbings all the time. There's a guy that wielded a sword in China and took out a lot of people. There was just recently a guy who was so drunk that he plowed into a whole crowd at Mardi Gras in New Orleans. So, destructive ability is not the firearm. It's the person behind the firearm. I hope I never have to shoot at a person. Oh, it just makes me sick to think about it. But if it comes between my wife being raped and some scumbag being shot, I'm going to shoot the scumbag because I'm not going to let them hurt my wife. Okay? On the other end of the spectrum, marijuana. There are countless numbers of people in jail for marijuana. The tides are changing a little bit on it, but there's still a stigma attached to it. Now, I have never smoked a marijuana cigarette. In fact, the fact that I called it a marijuana cigarette may be a clue there, I don't know. But I have a real problem with the government telling you that you can't smoke a dried plant that you can grow in your yard. On the other more refined drugs, I'm not there yet. But it's interesting to me that everybody on one side wants their favorite freedoms, but they want to deny everybody on the other side the freedoms that they disagree with. Freedom's freedom, whether you agree with it or not. I don't think you should do marijuana. I think it's damaging. Are there medical benefits to it? Absolutely. And in those situations, I don't have a problem with it at all. Okay? But I don't agree with the recreational use of marijuana. I just don't. But should it be illegal? Nah. So, when you're talking about freedom, especially if you find yourself saying that should be against the law, does it really affect you? If somebody across the street is smoking marijuana, does it really damage you or hurt you in any way? if me owning a pistol and carrying concealed wherever I go, does that really affect you? Does it hurt you in any way? I'm not talking about your feelings. I'm not talking about you being scared. Fear is the enemy of almost everything. Unless it's an instantaneous response to a dangerous situation, fear is useless. It's harmful. So when you find yourself wanting to impose your views on somebody else, stop and go, is it freedom? Does it really even affect me in any way, shape, form, or fashion if they're doing this thing? Does it hurt anybody else? If the answer is no, don't do it. Don't say anything. You can give your opinion, but don't try to push for a law. Don't do it. That's simple enough. And it applies to almost everything. There's so many stinking laws out there, it's ridiculous. Nobody knows every law. But if there's not a victim, or if the only victim is the person that's doing it themselves, it's really hard for me to say, yeah, that's worth having a law for. That's just my thought. And that's a seed for thought. I hope you enjoy it. If you enjoyed it, like it, share it, give it a review, comment, what have you. It's going to be a lot more of them. Appreciate it. Bye.